We are the Australian Motorcycle Company. We design, develop and engineer our motorcycles here in Tasmania, Australia. We have our own manufacturing facility based in China and run by Australians. Thanks to the extra energy and effort that goes into our manufacturing process, we're changing the game by being the only motorcycle on the planet to offer a lifetime warranty. We've won Australian Business of the Year 4 times. Whether it be competition, your daily commute or some fun on the weekend, the motorcycle is our masterpiece. We believe everyone should have the opportunity to be a motorcyclist, to feel alive.
Guys, what's up? Well, thank you for jumping on here. So, Brad Smith coming to you from home, actually. So, down here in Melbourne. So we're locked up with stage 4, but yeah, coming to you across a few different platforms today. Just a bit of an update, Q&A time. I'll talk about delivery updates, production updates, answer any questions that come through. Got my phone here, so shoot me questions. I'll be sure to get across to everyone. We are going across a heap of different platforms, so if for some reason I miss your question, one of us will go back in and answer you after the live stream. Talk to any new customers that are looking to get a bike, and of course I've got to give my disclaimer at the start just to remind you that I speak to you on behalf of Braaap, the manufacturer. I'm the founder of Braaap, so I can talk about Braaap generally, but I'm not going to talk, and obviously you should seek and read your own terms and conditions, especially if you get finance, if you're going to purchase a bike. The dealer handles all that stuff and is licensed under the Australian government, so I just got to make sure that I give you that disclaimer so you know that I'm giving you a general message today that comes from Braaap, the manufacturer, and yeah, I hope that clears it up. It is an important point though, especially at the moment, in COVID-19, all the madness that's happening, that you do fully understand whatever deal you purchased on. Please read whatever dealer's webpage, usually braapmotorcycles.com is the dealership that you'll purchase your bike from. Please read everything on the actual product page and understand the terms and conditions of the contracts, because we've got some wild sales on at the moment which are designed to make it worth the wait for those who want to buy a bike now, wait for it to be built, get a huge discount for doing so, and as part of that we ask you to absorb any risk of delay that might happen, and every model's a little bit different with their delivery times and the risk they have of delay. So anyway, that's my disclaimer. I will talk to those who have purchased bikes and are waiting. Hopefully you guys have received all the updates anyway, but I will address that, so we'll get to that. Yeah, any questions that come up. So just giving everyone a few seconds here. Got heaps of questions coming through already. Got my little list here. Got Brad's mailbag here, a few messages that we'll read out, stuff like that. So yeah, man, it's been madness down here in Melbourne. So shout out to any fellow Victorians. Yeah, home office here. Should get a bigger bookcase, might make me look smarter. But yeah, so pretty much from a business point of view, we're operating under the restrictions, obviously heavily restricted, but pretty much as normal. All of our promotions and sales are built to order promos anyway. Our delays are not so much driven by COVID-19, more so being driven by the delays in the government, which obviously COVID-19 doesn't help. So I'm sure you heard me talk about all that stuff anyway, but it is important to note that yeah, the mechanical warehouse workshops, a lot of the dealers are open, especially for essential services. Got a lot of people who need their motorcycle for transport, so they can get looked after. Spare parts can still get dispatched. Our sales team are all working from home, so if you spoke to any of the dealership team, all that type of thing, they're all working from home. And yeah, but we're still here, so kicking and cracking forwards, and we're really praying that this lockdown ends hopefully this Sunday we get some good updates. So, man, keen to ride, keen to get outside and an adventure. You don't realise how much you miss it. So let me just see if I've got any questions coming through. I can see you guys coming on. Oh man, I already got a heap on here. So yeah, Marco talking about the dirt bikes. We'll talk about them. I've got updates for the Superlight Streets. I've got updates specifically for the dirt, for the Moto 3 and for the Cafe Racer. So we'll talk about all those today. So hang with me. And just want to say, anyone who's purchased a bike either this month or is about to purchase a bike, we're trying to get better and better at our communication in this time. So I'm doing an end of month Zoom for everyone. So yeah, in what's the date today? 23rd. So this time next week, so probably Thursday night next week, I'll be inviting you guys to a Zoom, just a bit of a welcome party, doing our best to make space for you guys to get to know me better, to get to know any of our team better, and also to get to know other Braaap riders. The one we did a few weeks ago was awesome because I think I did 8 Zooms in 1 week, just trying to communicate and share fully transparently any delays or any risk of delay, all that type of stuff. But more than anything, that give a face to what we do here at Braaap and make sure you understand that we're underdogs. So one of the key benefits of coming to us is that you get to speak to the family, the founders, the people who are fully responsible for the manufacturing of your bike, for the delivery of the bike, all that type of stuff, which is us. And on top of that, man, I've been copying an absolute flogging on the internet. So I think it's really important to make myself available. That's part of why I'm doing these Facebook Lives, is really just to make sure that there's a face there. You can speak to me. There's direct lines of communication, and that you can seek truth, because we've had a very controversial few years where underdogs were already controversial. Man, we've had some incredible stories. Like, I remember the time one of the Japanese manufacturers had us kicked out of all their dealerships across the country, and when we really started to gain some momentum about 5 years ago, and really lots of different underdog type things have happened to us like that. And then we had incredible legal matters and unfair media articles written about us over the last 3 years with a legal case that came up. And anyone who comes on the Zooms is welcome to ask me any questions about that. There's nothing out of bounds here or on those Zooms, and just doing my best to make sure that you can talk to us. We're kicking, we're really shaking up the motorcycle industry. As you probably the reason you're watching this, or if you've already bought a bike, our price points are offensive to our competitors, so it does rustle feathers. And we have had delays this year which have been unfair. Some people purchased at the start of the year expecting to get their bikes in June, and that obviously hasn't happened. So we've had delays. We've got 100 bikes sitting in our warehouse ready to be delivered right now. They've been ready to be delivered for the last 5 weeks. All we need is the government to send me one email, and they haven't. We're expecting that this week, and I'll discuss that through this video. But there's been delays. There's been reason for concern. 2020 has not been to plan, but we're doing our best to respond to that, to keep offering huge value to people who want to get a motorcycle, and to the people who have purchased a motorcycle. Make sure we're here to talk. We'd never want to cause any distress. We sell a product that no one really needs. We sell a product that's based on passion, a product that's based on adventure and getting out there. We're not doctors, we don't sell food, we sell motorcycles. So what I'm trying to get to is our job is to make it an experience and to make it something you're passionate about. And that's been our real strength over the past. And in 2020, we've had some chinks in our armor because of all the delays and restrictions and all that type of stuff. So, we're online. But anyway, I'll stop talking and I'll answer some questions, So let's see what we got here. Man, heaps of questions coming up. Bianca asking, you ordered earlier in the year, you wanted to get an idea of when it would be here. Anyone who's asking these type of questions, hopefully you've received the updates. We've sent SMSs, emails, and also there's a blog. I'll put that in the comments here so you can get a specific update, so I can see, obviously it's specific to each model, the update, so I want you to have that info. If for some reason you haven't received our emails, I haven't sent an update out this week, but we did send multiple last week and the week before. I did YouTube videos, SMSs, emails, all that type of stuff. If for some reason you didn't get them, please inbox us and we'll have to just check send us your email address and we'll just check the system. We use Infusionsoft CRM, which is a system to segregate all of our customer base. It gives automatic updates. It allows me to speak to everyone through a system, and it's really good, but there is, with any system, sometimes spam filters block us, sometimes you might have a wrong email address, whatever it is. So to rectify that, I had a few people have raised that concern over the last few weeks. To rectify that, we've put in a tag in our system for a list of people that we manually update. So every time we send an email, we also SMS you guys so you can check it out. So if for some reason you haven't received that, please let us know. Steve, thanks for your support, man. I really appreciate it. I believe this finish line's close. So I'm going to talk about some of the delivery updates, because it seems like this is the most common question I'm getting. MX3 updates, yep. Moto 3 shipment tile, yep. All right, so let's get into those type of questions. If you are a new customer and you are someone who's looking to get a Braaap, please shoot your questions. You're best to speak to one of the dealer sales reps. I can answer any questions here generally, but specifically to do with like the finance plans or anything like that, or any questions you want to ask as part of your contract for sale, all those specific type things, just call 0499 Braaap. Lisa she works for the dealership. She's awesome. We've got heaps of great feedback, and everyone thinks Lisa's a legend. She is. And if you see her at the track, she'll probably kick your butt too. She's so quick on a bike. So anyway, you can speak to her. The promotion is continuing. Please, I've kind of sounded like a broken record here, but please don't buy a bike on our promotion. The prices are less than half price. Man, a bike that's $4,500 is 2,000 plus GST. Pricing's ridiculous at the moment. It's designed to incentivize you to purchase now and wait for us to build the bike and deliver the bike. We don't have production delays as such, but we have had an incredible amount of unfair delays this year due to government. So if for some reason a delay might cause you distress, don't buy our bike. Our contract for sale clearly states that there's no refunds for delays, and it makes it really difficult for us to do refunds. This is where we've copped a huge amount of flack on the internet this year, and people creating all types of lies around this. But the facts are that you purchase a bike via the contract for sale. If you're about to purchase today, it says in there that it's an unconditional contract. We give an estimated delivery date. Check it out for your each specific bike. And then it says that if there's any delays, the customer has to absorb it because of the promotion. The price and the discount is specifically designed to make it worth your wait. So if that doesn't suit you, please don't buy it. The reason it's difficult for us to just give refunds and make a decision to refund is because as soon as you place that order with the dealer pays us, the manufacturer, and we begin building the bike. That means the money's been outlaid and spent. That's how we're doing these things super cheap, as our rider direct promotion. Cut out all the extra bits and pieces. We don't have bikes in stock. We don't have dozens of dealerships around the country. We don't have as many staff on the ground as salesmen. Everything's online. It's rider direct. That's how we can get you the bike super efficiently at a super aggressive price. And that's exactly why it makes it really difficult for us to refund, because we've already built your bike. We've already incurred the cost. So in saying that, we have done a lot of refunds, huge amount of refunds. We've put it together a refund process in response to just the situation and doing our best. Our commitment is always to get a successful outcome and a fair outcome for anyone. Whether you've treated us unfairly or not, the refund process is a random selection. We do have a little bit of segregation in the groups that we refund, in that obviously people who purchased and have had unfair delays due to maybe they got in at the start of the year, we'll do them first. But there is a limited amount we can refund, because we only refund people out of our ongoing sales. And it's random selection. If you go out and cause us pain and join some hate campaign on the internet, it doesn't motivate us to do you quicker. We've shown that. You've probably read some of the crap on the internet about me and us. But my priority is to make sure that everyone gets their motorcycle, and that means we have to keep Braaap strong. So although it's difficult if people want refunds, I'm just doing my best here to really beat the drum to say we've got a huge promotion on, we know it, but there is that risk of delay in this time. So anyway, hopefully you've heard me bang on about that as much as I need to here. So just really want you guys to know that 2020 has affected us personally. If you've purchased a Braaap bike, it means the world to us. And yeah, it hurts us a lot if you've had, been caused distress due to delays and stuff. So we're working our butts off, and I'm going to talk to you about some of these things now. So that's that part of my talk done. Let's see what's on my list here. Let's just make sure I haven't got any questions around that. All right. Oh, I really appreciate this support that comes through. Really, it means a lot to us. Actually, I showed you last week, but here's another list of support emails we've got, and I read these out and email them out to our staff because it really makes a difference in this time to just hear from you guys who, especially if you've had an unfair delay or didn't expect a delay like we've had, to support us and be with us. And we love that. We're underdogs. I can't afford to pay Marc Marquez to win MotoGP, so you're our branding, and you really represent Braaap, and it means the world to us when you send us letters of support and go in and fight for us. So thank you for that. So anyway, let me answer some of these questions. Joe said, isn't it funny that the Australian government is supposed to help Australian people, but it seems not to be the case in this one? Man, I might talk about that to start with. This is a little bit, I don't know, it's really difficult to navigate the injustice of our delays because, well, firstly, I'm a God-fearing person. I really believe in giving these people grace. Forgiveness is always on the table. These people in the government have caused us delays. Our heart is not to create a battle with them. Our heart is not to insult our government. We believe that government is important. We love Australia, so therefore our government's a part of that. But we have had injustice, so we do also believe in truth and justice and bringing order to a situation. So that's been a wrestle that I'm personally